Hi again everybody, welcome to my latest video. Well, today is Black Friday and I figured, what the heck, might as well head on over to my local Microcenter and see what they have in stock, if anything at all. What I've heard is not looking very good today for that store or other electronic stores that are trying to sell any parts to build a computer. But I'll go see. Okay, so I just entered the store. Look for some door deals. I don't see anything here right now. Some nice TVs. I'm not looking for a television set though. See here, what's not many people here. It looks pretty empty. Saw a bunch online, but maybe those are the ones that first showed up. Okay, here's the new headsets. Not looking for a new headset, although I would like to get myself a USB one at some point. That plug and play. Oh, here we go. I was looking at the Stream Decks before. I have a friend of the family that would like to get the 6-key Stream Deck Mini. They didn't lower the price on that standard. Some microphones. Oh, here's the 4K 60 Pro. I want to get another one of those for my backup editing rig. That's for sure. You see, it's empty. Unbelievable. And just about 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, here's some wireless routers. I do need a new one of those at some point. So I will start some shopping for that seriously soon. Not going to try to buy one today, though. I want to do some more research first before I do that. More television sets. I noticed a lot of monitors stacked up. Anyway, I've taken a quick look here down at the routers. Just to see if there's anything that jumps out at me. Only when they have those little labels with the blue top to them is it a sale. Aren't that many of them, surprisingly. I remember last Black Friday there were a lot of things on sale. A lot of those white labels with the blue top. Here's just regular switches. I don't see any 10 gig switches at all here. I've looked before and I don't see any right now either. Back to the monitors. Wow. Let's see this one here. 170? Oh, but that's only 1K. That's only 1080p, so not a big deal. I don't need one of those. I'd like to get another 4K if I can. What's this one? Oh, no. Same thing. Wow, some of these are expensive. I'm heading over to the hobby section at this point. I like to go there. It reminds me of Radio Shack when it used to exist. All these monitors, it's kind of hard to walk. Good thing there's not that many people here today. I went like last week during the week and it was much busier. Okay, here's the handout I got at the door that shows what's on sale. There's not a lot on here, to be honest with you. Oh, wait a second. Raspberry Pi 8 gig? I could use that. Let me look on these shelves. Where are the Raspberry Pi 8 gig at? Looks like these are all accessories to the Raspberry Pi. A lot of general electronic experiments here too, which are, you know, good for like a 13, 14-year-old. Motor shield. Okay, what do we got here? Should I go the wrong way? Probably not. Oh, here's the Raspberry Pi 4 power supply. Okay, do about the same price online. Okay. What's going on? Toys. Wait, what's those glass things in the back? STEM kits, STEM projects. Okay, wait a minute. I see Raspberry Pis in there. So let's take a look at this glass cabinet. $50 for the 4 gig version. Yeah. The 2 gig version is $30. And what's this back here? That's the 8 gig version, $75, but it's the one listed on sale for about $10 less. There it goes. I got one of the clerks to take one out for me out of the cabinet. So I'm going to hold that in my hand and purchase it on the way out. Here's all the small components. This definitely reminds me of Radio Shack. I looked through all of this stuff. What's up here? Oh, these are the experimental power supplies. They're pretty good, but I have much better than that in terms of the ones that I've made and some of the other ones that I've used. So I think we're doing pretty good on that area. Looks like we're heading towards, oh yeah, the 3D printers. Oh, I gotta get myself one of these. 3D printer. Oh, there's something, one I glance, it's on sale. That's a pretty good price. But of course, I want something a little more sophisticated and make bigger projects. Something like this one here. What does that cost? Let's see here. I think it was like $380. But it makes pretty big projects. You can do quite a bit with this one. When I have some budget, this is something I'll do. Oh, here's the video cards. This was amazing. This is the NVIDIA shells for video cards. Almost nothing. Absolutely. I mean, it's shocking. Here's this Quadro RTX 4000. One of those. My gosh. Here's an EVGA, looks like 2080 Super. Open box. That's very common here at Microcenter. Still hefty price. That's probably why it's sitting there. They got a lot of AMD 5000 series video cards, that's for sure. 5700s, 5700 XTs. So there's no shortage of these. I don't know if that means anything or not. Radeon 580s, 570s. Last year at this time, during Black Friday, I bought myself a Power Color 580, and that went into my grandson's system. The price is heavier, though, this year. So not only are we short them, but what they do have are expensive. This is the cab. Oh, here we go. This is where you put the motherboards that are AMD CPU compatible. The 450s, the 550s, and all of that. X470s. Oh, in this section here, these clearance items are the open box. I bought parts here before. Matter of fact, the motherboard in my Sigma NAS server was bought here. I got a really good price on it. Here's the processors. Just as thin, there aren't that many processors here either. Ryzen 9. Here's the Intel, a little bit more. There's a little bit more stock on the Intel side here. Again, I don't know if that says anything or not, but definitely it's the case. Still not what I remember here. And here are the motherboards that are Intel compatible. Z490s, Z390s. I'm definitely going to go for a Z490 at some point and get the new 10th generation, or maybe I'll have 11th generation out by then. Hopefully they're on the same board. I've heard mixed reviews on that. Tough Gaming, Prime Z390. I have the 370 in my main computer here. Oh, here is the custom water cooling setups. That looks nice. I was shocked to see how much those little pieces cost. They got it both in silver, matte, and white, or all three, that is. And here are the blocks for the motherboards and for the GPUs. Different styles, different colors. Here's all the tubing, the flexible tubing up here above here. Oh, and here's the rigid tubing. That's probably the way I'll go at some point. And here are the all-in-one coolers. All different sizes. And this is the memory. The memory, well, there wasn't a lot to choose from. It looked like there was some stuff that I probably would have liked that they sold out real quick, like this empty shelf down here that had a $116 on it. I suspect that was a 32 gig type kit. Anyway, yeah, this one right down here, $109 actually. And then these are the ones I've had my eye on. This kit that's from G-Skill, 32 gig, 3600 meg speed. I've got my eye on that one. I've been looking at it for a while. I was thinking about that in my new build, but I don't have the budget to go that high for it. That's why I picked still 3600 but cheaper memory. And here are the SSDs, the M2s in this section here. I don't see anything with a staggering low price. That's 1 terabyte. I wouldn't buy less than 1 terabyte. And then here are the 2.5-inch SSDs. Oh, the here. I'd like to get one of these 970 Evos. I have one right now in my main rig, and I got a spot for a second one. That's $100 less than I paid for mine about a year and a half ago. Amazing. And in this section here is the power supplies. I tend to show here what I do for real life. I head right away to the Corsair type power supplies. I think they're the most reliable that I've dealt with. Oh, I'd like to get that SF, the SF600. I'd like to get this SF450 if I can. And then here are the cheap power supplies, or inexpensive power supplies. I purchased some of these, usually online. For example, my test bench has one of those. And then, of course, the cases. I always make sure I take a nice, careful look at all of the new cases they come in. Not as cheap as you'll find online, but they come up with some unique ones that I get to actually look at up close, which, is a big benefit to be able to see it, touch it firsthand. Here's some that are a little bit lower cost. I saw one earlier on their flyer that I'm looking for. $60, not bad. Oh, NZXT, that was it. $70 for this NZXT. It's a beautiful case. My pocket is buzzing with my credit card right now as I'm watching this, but I'll skip it for now. I have enough cases. One of those open air cases, Leon Lee cases. That's actually a pretty good price for a Leon Lee type case. In white? Wait a second. That's in black as well. Same price. That's something to think about. Not bad. I don't know why those little teeny cases are so expensive. Why does that red one cost $30 more than others? I don't know. And then we get to the cheaper section over here once we get past the more expensive ones. We get down to ones that are like $50 or less in some cases. I don't see any today as I look through here so far. I can do better than that online probably. Oh, here are the ITX ones. This is like really small. That's smaller than my server. And here's another one, $50, probably only worth about $40. Hey, here's an example. Why does this case here cost $180? That I can't figure out. It doesn't look that fancy to me, but of course they gotta have the LEDs turned on to at least one of these when I come here. That's the... Wait a minute, here is my actual server. My Cooler Master, Elite 130. And then here's the big dog. I'm going to get this one of these days. It's kind of hefty. The price has actually gone up on that. It's a giant, full plus tower. You can build 2 computers in there, a regular, even an ETX plus an actual ITX, and fans galore. I can't even count. The ITX goes there on top of the power supply shroud, and you can have 2 power supplies in it. One of these days, I am going to get that. That's for sure. Then here are the NAS drives, the network attached storage. Buffalo, they still sell that. That's good. Those are the ones that I have legacy. 3 terabyte, 2 terabyte, now 4 terabyte. That's only 1 drive though. Oh, here's exactly what I have, that 8 terabyte one, but I have it set up with RAID 1, which means it's fully mirrored. So it's only got 4 terabytes of space available. And of course, there are some competitors. Here are the keyboards. I wanted to take a look here. I saw a couple of them advertised that look pretty interesting. Let's see, is that mechanical? No, it's not. Just has RGB on it. These are mechanical. These are definitely mechanical. Here's a very short mini keyboard, and here's one that's a little bit bigger that includes the extra keys, and then this one includes the actual numeric pad. And the price goes up accordingly. And more of the same. A lot of RGB. That's a big deal these days, right? And then finally, here's the backups, the backup UPSs. I think this looks very similar to the ones that I have. Matter of fact, I think this one here is the actual one that I do have, the 1500 APC. And then here's the flyer. I'm at home now, And this is what I bought. This is my only take from this. Well, back home again. As you saw, not much taking place there, just as predicted. My pickings this time were pretty slim. I did get a new 8 gig Raspberry Pi that I want to put in as my server. I'll be putting it into that same little case, that console case that I have my 4 gig in, and I'll take that one and repurpose it for something else. So at least it's something. I didn't even open it up. Let me open this thing up and see what's in here. Standard Raspberry Pi 4. Didn't buy any other accessories for it because I have plenty. I have like 2 or 3 cases lying around for this thing that I tried out along the way. I'll put it in that case and take it from there. As I showed you, the flyer from Microcenter today wasn't very good. It only had a total of 4 pages to it. This is where I did find out about the sale on the Raspberry Pi though. $65. Online, you can't get it for less than about almost $90. Out the door, with sales tax, it came out to $70.60. So that's not a bad deal. Now I know this was quick and not very fancy, but if you saw anything at all that you found interesting, at least consider subscribing to my channel. It'd be very helpful. Anyway, until the next time, take care, stay healthy, stay safe.